Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you all for coming to day 2 of the Launch with Pride Challenge in December, where I am helping LGBTQ plus entrepreneurs grow their impact and income using challenge marketing. And the goal of this challenge is to help LGBTQ plus entrepreneurs understand what challenges are and how they can use them in their business to grow, serve, and thrive more successfully. So let me start today's presentation. Share screen, this one, and share. Okay, so welcome again. This is day 2 of the Launch with Pride Challenge. First, let me start with a recap of yesterday. So yesterday there was an assignment. What services or products does your business provide? What was your revenue goal and how many sales or customers do you need to make that happen? And what marketing strategies are you using to get there? Some people have started doing these, and you can always do these later on so that you can be eligible for prizes, and we can better connect with each other as entrepreneurs in business. So that's yesterday's assignment, and a little overview. The goal of yesterday was to say why LGBTQ entrepreneurs should run challenges, and it's for these 5 reasons. Challenges where entrepreneurs can leverage their authenticity. We can tap into the power of community. We can make a bigger impact by serving more people. Challenges are interactive, so we get to build off of our attendees and connect with them on a deeper level, and to generate income for our businesses so that not only our businesses can thrive, but we can have more resources so that we can help our communities thrive and and give back. So day 2 of the challenge. Welcome. Today, the goal of our challenge is to talk about various marketing frameworks and why challenges are effective in this world of marketing. There are a lot of so welcome to day 2. There are a lot of parts of marketing that are helpful, and the goal of today is to talk about various frameworks, why they work, what makes them effective, some of the pros and cons about each of them, and then also comparing that to challenges. So as you can see on the screen right now, we're talking about a definition of marketing, which I Googled, and it looks nice and it helps. And the purpose of marketing is to help your target audience communicate the benefits of your product or service so that you can acquire, keep, and grow them as customers. So here's an example of a marketing funnel. This is just a high-level idea of the different stages someone has to make when it comes to purchasing from a business. So first, there's just awareness. They have to know about your company. The second, interest. They have to be interested in what you provide. 3, they have to consider it. Do I really want this? And then 4, they have to say, okay, I do want this. Let me make the decision to do something about this problem. And then intent says, I'm going to do something about this problem. Evaluation, I have different options and I want to choose the best one. And then purchase is, I'm making this purchase. I am finally doing this and becoming a customer. So all of these are the different steps that many people take when it comes to purchasing from a business, connecting. So a business's marketing has to take everyone through all of these levels so that they can actually become a customer. So similar to that, there's a concept of a value ladder. And sort of the idea is at every step of that value ladder, you as a business are providing more value to your customers and they are paying a higher price for it. So there are many different ways you can move people through that value ladder so that your customer can be more engaged and you can have a higher revenue per customer if you move them through your different offerings. So I wanted to put this in just to let people know that we've got 2 different scales people are going through. One is this marketing funnel, how they become a customer. And then the other is similar, how they become a customer, but different levels of what it means to be a customer. So, and these are both going to be very important concepts as we talk about various marketing strategies. So today, we're going to talk about each of these marketing strategies. I'm going to give a little overview and just sort of why they work and what they're about. So the first one is just word of mouth. As a business, and as you have customers over time, people learn about what you're doing. Some people may buy from you, and just telling people, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is how you can work with me. That is technically a marketing strategy. It is a way to, if you remember that the funnel is a way to build awareness and for people to understand what it is you do and how to work with you. So that's really great because it relies on communication. There's an idea of trust that should be built in if you're talking to someone, having a conversation with them. And it can be really effective if you know the person has your problem, has the problem you help solve, and they have reasons to trust you. A second one is very similar. So referrals and affiliates. These marketing strategies sort of rely on previous customers or with affiliates paid representatives. So people who aren't part of your business are able to tell others about your business, what services you offer, what value you've provided, and why they should work with you. So one of the differences between referrals and affiliates may get paid for each commission for everyone they bring to you, and referrals may just work with previous customers, and there isn't a defined payment structure, let's say. Another marketing strategy people talk about is SEO. I find this less active. It's more of a passive thing. So part of this is just working with your website or your digital presence to make sure that you are adding certain keywords, certain topics, certain locations, so that when people do searches in Google or Bing or Siri or any of these other ones, they can find you if they're interested. So if you are a health provider or you help people who have a certain health issue, you may add keywords to your website so that if someone's searching on migraines or fertility, you will come up more so than someone else. So, and now going to content and organic marketing. The idea of this strategy is to be using social media to our advantage. So to be having either business profiles or personal profiles where you create content that informs, that inspires, that educates, that entertains. And as people see that content, that is how they get aware. That is how they generate awareness of you and decide, and they'll understand what it is you do, understand your expertise. And by seeing your posts over time, they will want to connect with you if they have a problem that you can help solve. Email marketing is similar, where you are giving people information over time so that they can understand what it is you do and how to work with you and what problems you help them solve, except that you may have an email sequence. So someone may come to your website, give you their email, and you may have 4 to 10 emails that you will just automatically send that sort of bring them through this journey of that marketing funnel. Awareness, consideration, and intent, like going through all of those steps of that process. Another marketing strategy, paid ads. Using Google ads, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, TikTok ads. All of these platforms do have they make money through advertisements. So you can pay them, and then in each one, you can decide what types of people you want to see your ads. And then the hope is that you're putting out good content that catches people and that you are targeting them specifically so that the right person sees the ad and it speaks to where they are and the problems they have, and it shows you as a obvious next choice solution to their problems. So that is a very good strategy. Well, all these are good strategies and they all work. Let me finish the next one. So lead magnets. The idea of a lead magnet is I'm going to give someone something for free. So maybe it's a small ebook, maybe it's a checklist, maybe it's a free consultation call, maybe it's a video or an interview. But the idea of a lead magnet is, here is something that is free And all they need to do is give you their email and phone number or name, and then you provide them with this free item that has value. So the idea is they have little commitment and they get something of value, and that thing of value will hopefully let them know why you're doing what you're doing. It will let them know your expertise, and they will see, okay, if this person were able to give this to me for free, I wonder what their real program will be, what their, if I seen one video of their course, maybe it was helpful enough, so let me actually buy the full course. So the idea of that one is there's a taste and see. Here's something that's free. Do I want to go more? I have reason to make that decision. So another thing is a tripwire. So this concept is, instead of just giving a customer something for free, this charges them a small amount of money. So anywhere from like $7 to $97 for something of value. So the idea of the tripwire is once someone spends money with you, they're more likely to spend money with you later. So the idea is, once they've made a $7 or $27 commitment, if you're offering them something more expensive, you already have their credit card information, they already trust you at some level with accepting their money and not being a scam. So why not just go through that process? So tripwires are helpful because they help it's a really low cost way to get someone into a buyer. The next strategy are VSLs. So these are sort of video sales letters. So the idea of these are, you have a website or a funnel or a landing page, and you sort of have a video on that page, which sort of brings someone through those marketing steps. So you're letting them know who you are, what it is you do, the problems you solve, why they're problems in and of themselves. And you're sort of bringing someone through those different steps. And then you can make an offer to them on that same page after they watch the video. And similarly, last one here is webinars. Webinars also help in that same way. It's just a little bit longer. These can be automated or live, but the idea is, here's an event. I am going to show up to this event. I'm going to give you free value and let you know why you should work with me. I will train you on something, and then sort of partially through, at the end of that, you can make an invite, or you transition into a sales pitch so that you've given them some value, and then you're there with them and you're saying, here's how you can invest in the next step up. So we talked about a value ladder. You can say the webinar is free, and then the next phase is my main offer, that my course or my coaching program. And there's a reason for someone to join you with that. So with that, all of these marketing strategies work. All of them are effective. The challenge is the obstacle with them are, how effective are they? Some of these are not scalable, such as word of mouth. You can only talk to so many people individually. Referrals, that puts a little bit of the effort on someone else. SEO is something that everyone should do, but once you do it, that doesn't mean you're going to necessarily translate into working with you. If you're in a very saturated industry, there will be lots of people who rank in searches. So how you stand out will be a bigger challenge. Content and organic marketing, it's very helpful. But again, so translating that into sales can get tricky, and sometimes just getting lost in the organic marketing. How do I actually stand out on Facebook or TikTok if everyone else is doing the same thing? Email marketing, similarly, once someone gives you your email, definitely you should be using email marketing strategies to keep them engaged, to keep them informed of what you're doing, to share your life with them so they understand what you're doing. And that definitely works. I recently joined someone's email list, and they're sending me an email every week, either for inspiration, motivation, or also letting you know what they do. Paid ads definitely work. The more money you have, the more they work, but also in terms of the targeting you use. So that is a great strategy as well. Lead magnets, it's this idea of the free samples. I go to Costco sometimes, and by having some of the free samples, I might be interested in actually purchasing the full a meal, purchasing the full package to take home. Tripwires, you're quickly getting someone into becoming a buyer. And once someone's a buyer, they're a buyer. So there are a lot of people who may not ever buy online. But if you can identify who those buyers are, now you can focus your efforts more on them. VSLs and webinars, they also work. Being able to tell someone what's going on, being able to have a video that they can just watch at any point in time, or even having a live webinar where people are showing up. They work. They they work really well. The downside to them is, one, show up rates for webinars. People may sign up for a lot of things. It doesn't mean they're going to show up. Also, webinars, you need to have a higher level of skill to sort of teach someone something enough for them to understand, make that decision, and then pivot to actually purchasing in that same hour and a half, hopefully. I've joined some webinars that were supposed to be an hour long and they end up going about 2.5 hours. And it's like, this is not what I signed up for, but a lot of it is just a sales pitch and using different tactics to help people make that decision to move forward. So we talked about the value ladder before, and here is one example of a value ladder and sort of filled out. So the idea is we want people to move up. If as a business, we may have different offers at different levels. So as people are willing to spend money, they get more value from us as a business. So things like email marketing, content marketing, and lead magnets are all sort of free. You're not charging anyone to see your social media. You're not charging anyone to jump on your email list or get this lead magnet, and they get some to your world. And then at some point, some of the strategies go, let's offer them some kind of tripwire offer. So something that might be a little more tangible. So maybe a video they have to pay for, or a mini training that they can pay for. Also, maybe you might do a book. Many authors have books as their tripwire, and they might say something like, just pay shipping and handling, so you only have to pay $10 for a book. And then you're able to get it. And then as you read that book, that helps you understand what this person is about. And to go deeper with them, there will be offers along that way as well. And then your core offer might be a course or a training program or a coaching program, which is you get more depth, right? A full course will have multiple modules, videos, possibly an element of community and live interaction where someone is able to connect with you. So one of the most important things is the left side of this image, or the y-axis, where the goal is for each thing to be giving more value. You always want to have more value for the higher price that someone's giving. And sometimes that is more information. Other times it is deeper information because you have more time. And other times it is more connected experiences. So for example, some of the free things or the tripwires might be something that is do it yourself. You give someone a book, they can read it, implement it themselves, take that information and go. A core offer might be something more like a course where it's not just the direct information, but there are extra questions that you're answering. You're providing it in video format so they can sort of sit back and watch it. And you might have some calls or training sessions with people as well. And when it comes to a high ticket offer, what makes that more valuable is there's possibly an in-person element. There's definitely a live element. So there might be live coaching calls that happen over time. And you might even have like an immersive weekend where we're all just here to focus on this one problem, and people get to work directly with you and they get to ask you specific questions. And they get that hands-onness, they get that, they're able to do things with you. Similarly, there's a high ticket offer that would also be like done for you. So if someone understands the ideas from the books and they can see it in the course, they just don't want to do it, you might have a higher ticket offer that says, okay, you don't have to do it, I'm going to do the steps for you. And because of that amount of investment you as a business has to do, that requires a higher ticket offer. So you can see how sort of some of these strategies, some of the marketing strategies we've talked about work at these different levels. You have lead magnets and tripwires working earlier on, and I think a lot of the other ones work at that free level too, the email marketing, SEO, VSLs can also work there too. Yeah, but as you move up, that's where some of the harder parts come to play. So with the core offer, you might be having more referrals or affiliates because these are people who's truly worked with you. And then also with webinars, by providing a webinar type of experience, by giving someone that longer in-depth and sort of a deeper training, it's a lot easier for them to move into a higher ticket because they just have more information to understand what's happening. Similarly with the high ticket, you want to find a way to, if someone's going to be spending that much money with you, you really have to develop these know, like, and trust factors of marketing. So all of these work, and all of these marketing strategies work at these different levels, because sort of the goal is, how can we bring people up this value ladder so that we can make the most of each person for our business, but also providing more and more value. I think that's one part that I missed in some of my early trainings. I saw this as just about how do we get the most money out of people, and I didn't see it with how do we serve people at the highest level. I think that is the main goal. If you have a way to serve someone at the highest level with the book, then you know what, that should be your thing. But oftentimes people need more hands-on experience and connection. So we've talked about many marketing strategies, and now I want to sort of talk about challenges. So one of the benefits of challenges, well, many of the benefits of challenges happen because we've looked at that marketing funnel. We looked at what it takes to move someone from one step to becoming a purchaser. We've looked at the idea of the value ladder and what the purpose of each of those steps are, and how we're providing more value as we charge more money. We're looking at the idea of the giving out a free sample or a free taste and see type of experience. We looked at how do we get someone to become a buyer, even if it's something small, so that we can identify who they are and give them a higher level of experience and higher level of value so that they can invest in our higher ticket programs. So what do challenges do? Challenges sort of take a lot of the benefits of each one and sort of put them all together. So similar to lead magnets, many challenges are free. And the idea of that in content marketing, we're giving out free value in advance. So I'm not just saying, give me money. I'm saying, hey, if you are this type of person who has this type of problem, here's something that can help you. My challenge is free. Come and join, and you can learn from my expertise. You get a little experience of what it's like to work with me, what it's like to learn from me, what it's like to connect with me as well. We are solving an impact. We are making an impact by solving a specific problem for a specific audience. So for challenges to really work, part of it is I need one type of people with one type of problem, and I can build that bridge to help them solve it. And in that challenge experience, we are learning from them and connecting with our audience. One of the biggest concepts about marketing in general is the idea of developing know, like, and trust factors, with the idea that people will do business with people they know, with people they like, and with people they trust. So how can you get people, how can you get strangers to get to know you, to get to like you, and get to trust you? So a lot of the marketing strategies and have these goals in mind. So whether it's content marketing or email marketing, part of that is just I'm putting out things so that people can know me, like me, trust me. So with challenges, you sort of pull in all of these parts. Some would see every day of a challenge as being a webinar. Others can see, some people will use paid ads to advertise their challenge. Sometimes a challenge will have, sometimes challenges will even have a VIP offer. I'm not doing one this time, but sometimes challenges will have a VIP offer which can be seen as a tripwire. So by spending an extra 27 or 47 or 95 or whatever dollars, someone can spend money to say, I'm going to join the VIP. And usually what we'll do in a VIP is you get access to the Zoom link. You can ask your questions while it's going on, whereas other people who didn't sign up for VIP may only ask in the Facebook group. Additionally, there may be extra bonuses that come with the VIP. And there's always potential to sell the rechallenge recordings in that VIP offer. So when you look at this idea of a value ladder with challenges, it's the challenge itself is free. So the challenge is the lead magnet. So it's not just an ebook you get to download, but it's actual live training that you get. The tripwire would be the VIP offer, or so sometimes that could be extra sessions, sometimes that could be some one-on-one sessions. And that is a way to, figure out who are the buyers and how you can help them. And again, giving them more value because of the higher investment. And then at the end of a challenge, you can always sell your core offer. So whether you have a coaching program or a course, that's sort of the idea of the challenge, to sort of lead someone to that. They would have experienced the free part, the daily trainings. They may have experienced the VIP or an extra call or a one-on-one strategy session. And then at the end of a challenge, you can invite them to join your core offer ticket. And then my mentor, Pedro, loves to do something where you take a challenge and you sell people into your core offer, and then you offer them a live event ticket afterwards. And then at that live event is where you would sell a higher ticket offer. So it's sort of this way to say, I'm going to keep giving you value, and here's why, here's how you move through this. So one of the benefits about a challenge is it sort of just combines the benefits of all those other strategies. Because the challenge is day to day, it allows for flexibility over the time, and it allows for you to sort of engage with your attendees and understand what's going on. It's an easier way to develop the know, like, and trust factors, because as people join you day after day, they get to know who you are, and they will either like you or they won't, but they'll see you show up, and that develops more trust. Challenges also provide community interaction. Many of those marketing strategies before are sort of one-to-one. People only see their experience with you as a business, but a challenge in the community of a challenge allows for people to see others engage with you. It allows others to see their questions to you. It allows them to understand what is happening. And then one of the most effective parts of a strategy of challenges are the daily assignments. Because of the community interaction and the idea of the daily assignments, people can actually make progress to that problem they're solving. So like I said before, a challenge tries to solve one problem for one type of peer person over an amount of time. So each day the assignments build on each other. So by the end of the week, the person can say, yes, I did solve that problem. And it was a process. A webinar doesn't really allow that time for people to really do assignments, because you're sort of focused on, like, how do I provide all the value in this amount of time? And when it comes to like the email marketing, that does have time in between, but there's no guarantee or reason for someone to really keep going and doing the things necessary to make that progress. Whereas in a challenge, if we have a daily assignment and there's a way to post it in a group and comment on other people's, there's more motivation and more energy around taking that, doing those assignments and actually helping them make progress before they've even given you any money. So that is most of what I wanted to say for day 2 of this challenge. So the main thing is, challenges can help you move people through that value ladder. And since it's sort of one challenge, it makes it simpler for you as a business owner or entrepreneur to figure out these different levels. And it helps both with the value ladder and with the marketing funnel. So the idea, once someone's in your challenge, you can attack each of these levels in the different days and just how you deliver your content and how you talk about it, and moving even into when you make the offer by the end of the challenge, you can address, have I done enough at each of these stages? So let's see. Day 2 assignment. This isn't quite done yet, so I'm just going to talk it out. So the assignment for day 2 is so yesterday's assignment was, what are the services you provide? What's your revenue goal and how you expect to get there? And third was, what marketing strategies are you using? So for today's assignment, my questions are, one, of the marketing strategies I talked about today, which ones are you using? How is that going for you? So what have you used and how is it going? I mentioned a number of pros and cons about each and my ideas of what they are. If you have any different ones, feel free to say them. So one, are there any marketing strategies you're using that weren't mentioned? Two, of the marketing strategies that you have, how are they working for you? Are they being effective? Are you converting a lot? What does that look like on your side? And three, do you think this idea of the challenge value ladder can work for your business? So I'd really like to know how people see the idea of challenges and whether they think how it could work. Yeah, I think not even do you think it could work, but like, how might it work for your business? So do you see how, how might it work for your business? Because tomorrow we're going to actually go into what it's like to design a challenge. So tomorrow we are going to go a little bit deeper into just the challenge marketing strategies. We're going to be talking about your ideal client, your customer avatar, target audience. We're going to be talking about their problems. We're going to be talking about your solution and with respect to their problems. And we're going to do the first layer of creating a challenge. So all that to say, so for the assignments, just one more recap is one, how do you feel about these 10 marketing strategies? Have you used them? How are they effective for you? Are any ones you have any good or bad stories with? Ones you won't do again or ones that you might? Two, I want you to start thinking about what a challenge could be. There are many challenges that have happened that I've seen and been a part of, and I would really like to know, my goal for the end of this is for you to be able to run your own challenge. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek on something. So here are some examples of challenges that I've either taken part of or seen people either plan or do. So these are just a few. So one where it's writing a children's book, to another where it's how to organize my day. One was more just about writing an outline of the book. Another one was a God idea challenge, similar to Start Your Business, so both implementing ideas. Another one about owning your future. And then two there about for queer people. So one is about coming out. So that would be for someone who doesn't know how to and is thinking about it. So like, what would it be to come out? And also for queer Christian affirmation, how we can help, how queer people can learn to affirm, how Christian people can learn to affirm the LGBTQ community. So these are just a couple examples of challenges. Tomorrow we'll have quite a few more. And the idea of tomorrow's session will be to say, all right, We've seen different marketing strategies. We've seen what makes challenges good for the LGBTQ entrepreneurs around us. And let's take people's businesses and say, here's how we might run a challenge for your business. So I look forward to getting to know more of you tomorrow and seeing you there. So please have a good day. And I look forward to day 3. So take care and have a good day. Bye.